I'm thrilled to announce that Wakia, the no-face Cornhusk doll audiobook is now complete and ready for your listening pleasure. One of the things I love about creating digitally narrated audiobooks is working in small sections. This method makes it a breeze to spot and correct any mistakes that sneak in. Since I work in sections, it makes it easy to make a sample of the audiobook. You can check it out below and let me know what you think.
Wakia, the no-face Cornhusk doll. I am Wakia, the no-face Cornhusk doll. My first memory is of a cornfield. The creator wove my body, limbs, and head from fresh corn husks. He gave me to the Hod on Ozone, me during their first corn harvest. He left me in the field to greet them as they gathered their corn. They gathered around me in wonder. Is it a new corn stalk? Where's the ears of corn? There's the corn silk on the top. There are husks gathered into the shape of arms and legs. I am Wagiatasagas. This caused all the children to laugh at me. Wagiatasagas. They kept repeating. A little girl came up to me. Well, she is pretty. I entertained the children while their mothers worked in the field. I knew my home as Turtle Island. Later on the settlers called it the Finger Lakes regions. Now, I live on an Indian reservation, the res with my latest caretaker, Harriet. Harriet knows I'm old, but she doesn't know how old I am. She has century-old pictures of me. However, I once had a record even older than those pictures, a wampum belt that told my story. This belt even had a song that the Hod on Ozone used to make me dance for them. They wove my life story into it, but one of my caretakers sold the belt to a collector when he needed money. My caretakers learned how to write in the settlers' language, and they began to keep a written record of my owners. My caretakers took better care of this journal than they did the wampum belt. Unfortunately, it only goes back to the late 17th century. After photographs were invented, they kept a scrapbook of my pictures. The last century of photos shows me in the arms of little girls who grew into clan mothers. I used to teach them their future duties by speaking to them. When they lost the ability to hear me, they acted out what they saw at the lawn house with me, so I could still teach them what they needed to know. A day came when I became too fragile to play with children. That's when my adult caretakers took to displaying me on shelves. They take care of me, but not as well as the children used to in the old days. I don't need food, but the villagers gave me gifts of clothing when I stayed with them. They often got worn down by my travels. This made me thankful for the new clothes. The children asked me to model the clothes for them to admire their own handiwork. I think I like the white rabbit's fur and not the brown one. So they'd change my clothes to try new outfits and new colors on me. I often ended up with more clothes than I could carry. That's why I showed them how to make other Cornhusk dolls to model their fashions. But dolls couldn't move and talk like me, but I saw them as my brothers and sisters. They acted as mannequins to store the clothes until I came back to visit the villages again. Sometimes my brothers and sisters and their clothes got worn down by too vigorous play. This meant that the children would make us new clothes. That first generation of children's skills grew. It got to where they could produce fine clothes, and they competed to outdo each other. I'd wear the clothes to show people their handiwork. One day, a girl made me a belt with quill work embroidery. I wanted to see how the belt looked on me, and that's the first time I looked at myself in a pool. I had soft cornsick hair, well-wrapped limbs, and a dazzling face. The sight of my beauty transfixed me until I heard the creator speak. You need to walk now, or you won't reach the next village before nightfall. The next village gave me a string of wampum beads and a bag to carry them. I wanted to see what they looked like on me and looked into a pool again. When I heard Wakia, I ran to the next village.
If you're itching to dive into the full story, just head over to the Earl for its sale page and the captions. Happy listening, everyone.